Hello out there, my name is Mark and this is my PRS S2 Custom 24. I've had this guitar for around about 5 years now, and I don't normally tend to pick favorites of things, but in the time I've had it, I think it's fair to say that I've played it more than any other guitar I own. In my opinion, it's one of the most versatile guitars on the market right now, and probably one of the best guitars to get as far as value for money. I could go on for a long time about the things that I like about this guitar, but specifically the reason I'm making this video is to talk about the pickups in the guitar. It came stock with the HFS bridge pickup and the vintage bass in the neck. And I played on those pickups in this guitar for a long time, and for a long time I was quite happy with the sound of them. But after playing this guitar for several years and growing as a musician in that same time, I've developed a more specific idea for what the proverbial sound in my head is. And I think this is something a lot of musicians go through as we advance and become more experienced and become exposed to more different sounds. The idea of our ideal sound and feel in the instrument that we play becomes more specific. To that end, I decided that I wanted to try out some different pickups in this guitar to see if I could get a little bit closer to that sound and the feel that I was looking for. I tried 3 different pickups in the bridge position here. The first obviously was the HFS stock pickup, which is a ceramic magnet, and it measures out to around 15K of resistance. The second pickup I tried in here was a Seymour Duncan JB pickup. Super popular pickup used by, a lot of really well-named artists. Most of us probably are familiar with the JB and what it sounds like at this point. It's an Alnico 5 magnet, and the one that I had measured out to roughly around 16K of resistance. And the last pickup that I have tried in the guitar is what's currently in it now, and that is the Fenris humbucker from a company called Wolfetone Pickups in Seattle, Washington. And this is an Alnico 2 magnet. Mine measures out just around 14.5K of resistance. Now I chose these other 2 pickups, the JB and the Fenris, because they are similar in output to the HFS, but both of them have different magnets, and so they all emphasize a slightly different EQ range to one another. I wanted to find out which of those 3 would suit the sound that I am looking for best. So I did a bunch of recording on all 3 pickups. I did some clean sounds, some crunch sounds, some overdrive sounds, and some lead sounds on each one. And I'm going to play them for you back to back so you can get an idea of what the sound difference is between the 3 pickups. All the sounds you'll hear were done through my Victory V50 amplifier. The clean sounds that you hear are all just the clean channel of the amplifier. All crunch sounds are through gain 1 of my Kraken V4 preamp pedal. All of the high gain and lead tones are through gain 2 of that same preamp pedal. On the lead sounds, I also used a Chiron overdrive pedal from Tim Yarnig Electronics for a little bit of extra drive and compression. There'll also be a MXR Carbon Copy delay on both the lead sounds and the clean sounds. Everything you hear was recorded using a 2 notes captor. That is running into a Focusrite Scarlett and into Logic Pro 10. I'm also using a 2 notes wall of sound plugin for cab simulation in the DAW. Every track has the same cab setup and EQ, so any differences that you're hearing should be pretty much the pickups. So some conclusions. First, I think it's important to remember whenever we're talking about guitar pickups that a lot depends on what guitar they're in and what amp and pedal setup that you're playing through. A good example of this is for a long time, I played through a Marshall amplifier, and while I was doing that, I was perfectly happy with the HFS that was in this guitar. When I switched over to playing through Victory amplifiers, that was when I started wanting to try different pickups in it. The guitar and the amplifier that you're playing through are going to have a more dramatic effect on the overall sound. You may have picked it up in the video that I just did, but the differences between pickups can often be very subtle, and something I was feeling watching back through the clips again as I put the video together was that a lot of times the differences were more of a touch and a feel thing under the fingers that came across more than maybe it would have on a recording. Therefore, if you're thinking about changing the pickup in your guitar, my advice would be to spend some time identifying the things about your current sound that you're happy with, the things that you like, and single out those little aspects of it that you want to tweak or change, and then base your selection of pickup on that. It's not necessarily practical to buy a specific pickup just because someone somewhere said it was the best pickup to have. As I've mentioned, there are a lot of other variables that go into the overall sound. With all that said, here are my impressions of the 3 pickups that I tried. I felt that the HFS pickup had the most presence and sizzle out of the bunch. The JB pickup was probably naturally the tightest sound, and the Fenris humbucker had the most low mid-range, and so it was the warmest sound of the 3. As I was playing the Fenris, I couldn't help but be curious as to how that pickup would sound in a guitar made of ash or alder with a maple neck, maybe bolt-on construction on a larger scale length. Just something like a super strat type guitar that naturally has a little bit more bite and snap to it than a guitar like this, which is mahogany and maple and rosewood. So what did you think? Which one of the 3 pickups was your favorite sound? If you have any thoughts or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please feel free to hit the like button. I will be doing more of these tone demonstration and comparison videos, so please watch out for those as they come out. Other than that, I will see you next time.